You ever see a squirrel in the winter getting ready, prepared to hunker down?
Is this going to be like a nut joke?
Wasn't planning on it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Do you want it to be?
No.
All right. Well, have I ever seen nuts in the winter?
I didn't say, have you ever seen nuts in the winter? I said, have you ever seen a squirrel getting prepared for the winter and storing like acorns in its mouth?
Yeah, nuts in its mouth. Right? That's what you're trying to lead me to that, right?
You know what I like about our intros?
That
is you instinctively go out of your way to make it the worst possible intro ever. Like, it could go so smoothly every time, and you find a way to derail that train.
Okay, let's back this up.
It's like you throw a penny onto a train track to get it crushed, except the train then falls off of the rails and everybody dies that's in it.
All right, all right. Back it up. Back that train up. Do it again. Watch how professional I do this time.
So you ever see a squirrel like getting prepared for winter, and they've got like acorns in their mouth because they're like trying to get everything and take it to where they're going to end up sheltering so that they have enough food to get through winter?
Yes.
And what did you notice about the squirrel?
That wasn't any better?
It wasn't any worse.
What did I notice about the squirrel?
Yeah. This is where he dovetails into. He's got nuts in his mouth.
I'll just cut right to the joke. Balls.
Is that the joke?
No, I don't know. I don't know where you're going with this. Yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, and like he's got the sides of his face are all puffed out,
and they look bigger than they should be.
Right, big old cheeks.
Story of my life.
Big old cheeks.
Okay,
and so that's the word we're doing. We're doing cheek. Cheeks.
Oh, they were doing big old cheeks. I'm like, is this a new thing? Like, is this like BOC?
No, this episode's about to get double cheeked up.
Oh, I'll cut that in post. Oh,
no, you can leave that in. In fact, you can leave in that terrible sound. Then I'll cut that in post. Then more of that terrible sound.
More of the terrible sound. That's a hell of an idea. Mm-hmm. Right on. Crikey. Let's do it.
Crikey. It's about to get cheeky in here. You know what? Now we're going to have to talk about two different words.
Oh, shit. We're not built for that.
Welcome to Hang Out with your Slang Out.
Yeah,
it's going to be a long episode.
Yeah.
I'm Matt. Sorry.
It's too late.
Oh. Wait, it's too late to be sorry for myself?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's fair. That's good.
That should be the name of our podcast. It's too late to be sorry for ourselves. Sorry for this podcast, people.
Fuck it. We're doing it live.
Okay, is it double cheeked up or just cheeks?
Well, according to our list, you just added his cheeks, but that dovetails into so many different directions because you've got cheeks, you've got double cheeked up, you've got the British slang cheeky.
Ooh, good one. Oh, dude, this is gonna be like the multi-purpose board.
It's the cheek multiverse, the multiverse of cheeks.
I think I've seen that on cable somewhere.
Probably blacked out in most cable packages. Yeah.
Yes.
You have to pay a little extra.
Yeah. It was on the channels, the really high numbered channels.
Yeah. So I've heard so many different versions of this. The kids routinely say this is booty cheeks.
Yeah, and like my kids will just say
negative.
cheeks. It's just cheeks. Like they won't put booty on there. They'll just say it's just cheeks.
And they mean the same thing in a negative connotation?
I think so.
Like that's ass.
No, my son actually means it as either side of the face below the eyes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What is he referring to when he says that something is just like either side of the face, right below the eyes?
Buck teeth.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Or Tom Cruise's one tooth. Like, do you like to bring up? Which you brought that up.
He doesn't have one tooth. He has one tooth directly in the middle of his head.
He did. They fixed it. But if you go back, if you watch the earlier stuff, it's gone. Or it's there, but because I didn't know what you were talking about.
I can't watch Top Gun without unseeing it.
In the first one?
Yeah. Now I want to look up a recent picture because I'm gonna be really pissed if he fixed his face. I said I wonder if Scientology fixed his face.
Fixed mine.
Fuck, he did get it fixed. Now he looks even more weird. Is that possible?
Well, it's also he's had a facelift. They've shown where his scars are and stuff. He has really good work.
Skarsgård.
That's like one of my favorite actors.
I was gonna say it's my favorite Pokemon character.
Ah, there you go.
No, this one's fairly recent. And that tooth is still in the middle of his fucking head.
Maybe his nose is just crooked and it's pointing you the wrong way. Like he's got lazy head.
No, because I'm
He's got lazy.
I'm placing it between his two eyes. So unless one eye is floating further out to the side, then
Tom, I love you, man. Don't listen to this guy.
you love his Church of Scientology bullshit.
I just love Tom. If I could have like a Arnold Schwarzenegger and a Tom Cruise sandwich.
You'd put pickles on it because that's what you do with
Who's
every
taller?
sandwich. I mean, Arnold's got to be taller. Tom can't be more than 5'6", can he? If he's standing on a box.
I don't know. They cast short people around him. Except when he fell in love with Nicole Kidman. That was cheeks.
Maybe we really got away from this. But
You? No.
well, now I'm just upset about the whole Tom Cruise thing. It's not that I don't like the guy. Like, I love pretty much every movie he's in.
It's like a love-hate thing. It's like he does stuff so well.
It just I guess I don't know enough about it, but just his personal life stuff makes me go, man, I don't want to like you anymore.
No, he's just super cringy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super Cheeks.
No, that's
our band. That's our cover band, Super Cheeks. We do 70s rock.
we're super
songs.
cheeky. Yeah.
I'm going to jump on the Urban Dictionary real quick,
Okay.
and then I'm just going to write it out.
That's normally what you do with cheeks. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, I'll look up the word too. Cheeks. Cheeks.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Ass, booty, hind end. Said when you are pissed off at something or something sucks.
So it gives both. So it's both good in the way that we would say somebody had a fat ass back in the day.
Uh-huh. Or something's bad.
And it's something's bad in the way we would call something ass back in the day.
Yeah. So what about double cheeked up?
Man, I don't know.
Whoa. Cheeks. An Irish phrase meaning shit derived from ass. Not to be confused with the literal description of one's buttocks.
So the Irish have been saying cheeks as a slang term for a while?
Yeah, so did you hear the song Alex dropped? Hardly. Her music is absolute cheeks.
I'm going to tell you, I can get behind that.
Sure you can. You can get behind cheeks?
Who can't get behind cheeks?
69, dude. That's a call out to my Bill and Ted followers.
How do you think we have any of those? We only have like 12 listeners.
I would like to think one of them is Ted Theodore Logan.
It's probably not. If for no other reason, then that is not a person.
Bill S. Preston Esquire. That's their real names, dude.
Well,
I really wish you'd watch that movie. You'd like life better.
Would I?
Yeah.
Would I?
All right. Double cheeked up. Let's just color all our bases here.
Did you say color all our bases?
Cover all. Did I say color?
I'm pretty sure you did. We can, you can go with cover now, but I'm pretty sure you said color all our bases.
I should double cheeked up as someone with an immense amount of ass.
Got it. So
when a girl has really fat ass, so this is basically fat. Double cheeked up.
Well, this isn't basically fat.
When the booty be looking like Elastigirls from Incredibles. Oh, the future that we're going to hell.
Gross, but hilarious.
Get back to cheeked.
Okay.
My son does use, I've heard him say cheek, or that's cheeks all the time. I think I've heard Reese say it.
Reese definitely says booty cheeks. I don't know if he ever floats it just as cheeks.
Okay. But the double cheeked up, which I had never heard, was on the list when I handed my phone to my daughter when we first decided to do this podcast.
Yeah.
And she put a bunch of lists. Her and her friend put it that, and that was one of the ones. And it stood out.
You can say Kate's name. She has co-hosted part of this series of shows.
Kate and Liv, they've done an earlier show. They should be hopefully coming back in here. We're actually going to see if they can handle it with us in the podcast booth with them. But
No, that's terrifying.
my daughter Liv, she came up with that, or she put in the double cheeked up the first time I ever heard it, and I thought it was hilarious because obviously you know what they're referring to when they say double cheeked up.
I do understand what they mean when they're saying double cheeked up. The construction of the phrase is confusing to me, just because it's like, well, if you're not double cheeked up, does that mean you have only one butt cheek?
What is
like
that
you couldn't
called?
afford
There's gotta
both
be
implants, or
so okay. Let's get scientific here.
you're the Lance Armstrong of butts.
If you only have one cheek,
The Lance Armstrong of butts. Can that be our new band name?
yeah, it is. What's the abbreviation for that? Lance Armstrong of butts.
It would just
The lobes
no, it'd just be the lab, because you leave out
of.
yeah.
Okay. The Lance Armstrong. That totally just flipped me. Okay, you have one cheek, right? Where's the butthole in this? Is it on the outside, or
Floating
is
in
it dead
space.
center? Is it like? Does it look like a
look more like a breast?
donut? It's like an innie.
It looks like your butt cheek is a black hole, and everything is disappearing into said black hole.
All right. Because as you get older, certain people don't kind of lose their cheeks, and then you just have bones and hole. Bones and Hole could be our first single.
The first album from the lab.
Bones and Holes. I don't know. Yeah, I like double cheeked up. I think that's funny. I don't ever use it.
Yeah, I don't use it and wouldn't use it. I do think it's funny. Like I said, the construction of the phrase is confusing, but I like it.
I don't even know what.
But now there's all kinds of other things, like turn the other cheek, being cheeky, or a cheeky monkey.
Cheeky monkey. What's that from?
It was a Mike Myers skit on Saturday Night Live.
Is that a skit or is it just a saying he
You
just
bum
used to say?
looker, cheeky monkey.
Yeah, but is that just a saying like British slang?
I don't know if cheeky monkey is. I know cheeky is.
You haven't even looked up cheeky yet? Come on, man.
Buddy, you know I'm not here for the research.
I got to do all the heavy lifting.
That phone's not that heavy.
That's cheeks, man. Cheeky. Okay. Cheeky. It's a concept from the UK, not particularly shared by the US. It's basically sly and artful disrespect.
Cheeky, yeah, always seemed to me when he used it that it was like, yeah, sly, sneaky. It rhymes with sneaky, so that
I mean, look at this. All for cheeky, dude. Holy crap.
clearly it's a more important word than the word we're doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've now switched this episode. It's an episode about cheeky.
Cheeky is a word used by English people. It is a word used to describe someone who does something or says something sort of disrespectful and sometimes rude, but says it in a cunning way. Can also be used in a more serious way if you found out that one of your friends has been talking behind your back. You might say she is a cheeky bitch. Cheeky bitch. This is the word that just keeps on giving.
It really is. According to Australia, or ABC in Australia, cheeky monkey is an expression we use when someone is being mischievous and playful. Except that can't possibly be right, because in British parlance countries, isn't it mischievous and not mischievous? But apparently cheeky monkey is Australian and not English, but cheeky is English.
I almost feel like if you're going to use the word cheeks, you got to be careful where you're using it.
Also, I'm sort of sad that there already is a brewery called Cheeky Monkey Brewing, so I can't even open a Cheeky Monkey brewery. Sad.
What about Cluck Cluck Deuce? What about Cheeky Cheeky Deuce?
That's what you were going to do.
If you want to make money, you would do it. You'd make money hand over cheeks. That's spanking. Spank you very much. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you like to use this word then? Do you like the cheeks that's bad, like it's gross, or do you like to use it as, hey, that's kind of like it? It feels like two different words going cheeky or cheek.
Well, cheeky and cheeks are definitely two different words. As far as slang's concerned, I think that cheeks in that's ass connotation, I would probably use more frequently, but I won't use it because I already say that's ass.
True. Jaden said it once, and then I think I used it after he had said it, and I was like, nope, don't say that ever again. I feels gross. Like I feel like a douchebag.
Right.
More than I usually feel like a douchebag.
It's like I'm happy that the kids use it because it means they're not technically swearing. Whereas if you said that's ass, you would technically be swearing.
Yeah.
So that's good. It's a good slang term for the kiddos.
You think so?
Sure.
All right.
But we're not kiddos. It's not great for us.
I'm still young
at
at heart.
Skit that it was on. Was it Simon? Yeah, I think it was Simon.
The cheeky monkey.
Where he's the kid in the tub doing art. Hello, my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings.
But didn't he use it in Austin? He had to have said cheeky monkey in that. Austin 3 he had to say it.
Why the third one?
Because the third one was more cartoony than the other two.
All right, so let's see. When using it in a negative connotation, 3 things that you would describe as cheeks.
Oh. Well, since it means gross or disgusting, mayonnaise will be the top of that.
Does it mean gross or disgusting?
Mayonnaise is cheeks, dude. The Kardashians are cheeks. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I feel like they are both cheeks and double cheeked up.
They've made like a lot of money off being cheeks, both ways. And I need to go somewhere else. Somewhere where you wouldn't expect to go. Baseball movies. No, I won't do that. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Sandlot is cheeks.
You owe me tickets to that still, man.
I don't owe you tickets to something I don't want
You do.
What are you?
It's magic. You do. Do you want to know my third cheeks or not?
Sure.
Golden retrievers.
Don't you fucking do it. Sometimes I agree, but don't you fucking do it.
No, they're sweet as hell. He has a new golden retriever with his old golden retriever, who's not even an old golden retriever yet.
We have 2 new golden retrievers.
But
is probably the easiest way to say that.
But they are just the sweetest things in the world. So
they're big dopey idiots.
They're big playful
dopey idiots.
Big playful kids. So third thing that is cheeks is time.
Time is cheeks?
Yeah, because I'm getting older.
And getting younger.
I went and got a haircut finally. I had a haircut like 8 months or something.
I was going to say something about it, but then I realized it was going to be mean, so I decided not to say it.
No, or did it turn you on a little bit?
No.
Okay. I thought you were just like...
I just thought it was a hairpiece.
But I've had this running joke for like 10 years now. I get in the chair, like, what do you want done? And
the electric chair? You've been in an electric chair for 10 years?
Explains the hair, right? And I tell it's usually a lady, because I usually have ladies cut my hair. And I'm always, my joke is like, hey, like, they're like, what do you want to do with it? And I'm like, short on the sides. They like to keep the top long and stuff. But
that's not a very good joke.
Yeah, but can you cut out all the gray hairs? And they're usually like, oh, you don't have no gray hairs. But this last time, the lady was just like, sorry, honey, we can't do that. She was like, I could get the tweezers and you could pay me by the hair. I was like, oh.
Just for the sake of our audience, I want to clarify. There have been times where people laughed at that, like they thought it was funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. I'm a funny man. That explains why you wanted to be on this podcast with me.
That's funny in the same way that when, as a server or bartender, you ask somebody if you can get them anything and they say $1 million or a winning lottery ticket.
Is it that way?
Yes.
But I don't say it like, in the gray hairs. Don't do it like that.
It doesn't matter. They don't say it that way either.
Funny.
That's the way that the receiver hears it.
It's just as funny is when I go to a Mexican restaurant and they take my order and then I say, gracias.
That's not funny at all.
It's hilarious that a white man who's speaking English the whole time will use Spanish at the end to be cool.
Well, I mean, technically...
It's hilarious, dude. You're laughing right now.
Technically, you're like nearly half Mexican.
Yeah.
And
Jewish.
That's not where I was going with that. And...
That's cheeks, dude.
You're using it for less than half. So really, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Sometimes I throw in an hola there that you...
Oh, good.
Yeah. Hola.
If you say it like that, then I understand why they continue speaking to you in Spanish or English.
We do. It's probably because usually it's my wife's with me, but
What I like about Mexican restaurants,
is the food.
no, well, yes, but no, it's how it's now 2024 and they're still dealing out the be careful, the plate's hot line.
Deal with a lot of dumb white folk.
Well, first of all, plates aren't that hot.
Sometimes they are. When you get the fajitas.
Well, that's literally sizzling cast iron. That's slightly different than what I'm talking about. That's not
It's
a plate.
hot, and they tell you the plate is hot. But if you don't know that by the sizzling and the smoke and fire coming off of it, then
Well, and it's about being smart about it. Like, you get a plate of enchiladas, it's going to be a little toasty. They had to melt the cheese.
So check this out. There are 3 things that you think are cheeks.
You know what's amazing is right before you dipped into that, I was going to be like, I'm glad you asked the 3 things that I think are cheeks.
I'll even go one. I'll one up you. What are 4 things you think are cheeks?
Whoa.
There you go.
4 is not a number of completion, so I'm going to stop at 3.
Can you keep up with me?
One thing that I think is cheeks is how you think you're the better host of this show.
Can't argue with that.
That's one thing.
Next.
The second thing is your general disdain for mayonnaise.
Are these all going to be about me?
Not because, maybe.
Shoot.
You set yourself up, you bitch.
And what are your 10 things that you find cheeks?
Not because I like mayonnaise particularly, because
Mhm.
store-bought jarred mayonnaise, we both hate at an equal level.
Okay. Let's just keep going though. Like, what are 3 things that you find cheeks about me?
Well,
That's 2.
That's 2.
Be nice.
I don't know that I can.
I have full editing like power here.
The third thing, this is going to sound like slapping a gift horse in the mouth because you just bought me lunch.
Giant penis?
But we're a mile and a half away from a Carl's Jr. And he ordered Carl's Jr. via DoorDash or whatever. Do you use DoorDash?
No, Postmates.
Via Postmates. Sorry, didn't want to get that wrong. Didn't want to advertise the wrong company stealing
Postmates,
money
giving you
from
a
restaurants.
Giving you a shout out, Postmates.
He ordered it. We're a mile and a half away. And then 30 minutes later, they still had not picked up the order yet. Enough time for us to drive down there, get it, come back, have eaten it, and then order again and possibly get back in time to pick up the second order.
That was technically almost enough time to walk there and get it.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah. So that was cheeks?
That was kind of cheeks.
Was it really my fault though? I did it for your daughter.
Yeah, but I mean,
And
you
her
have,
bestie.
You have a brand new Forerunner. Like, you could have taken them in a cool car ride over to get.
They're not allowed in my Forerunner anymore.
Why?
It smells like cheeks when they get out of it.
That's rude.
Is that just me?
Yeah, I think so.
It probably is me.
That depends. Does it smell like that when you get in it too?
We're going to change that subject.
Okay.
Okay. It smells like bologna. That's
You said bologna.
bologna.
Yeah.
That's bologna.
Okay. That is not what I heard initially.
My
It's
bologna
this is
has
not
a
that
first
kind
name.
of. That's not that kind of podcast.
So you did. That was 3 things that you find cheeks about me. Would you like to actually pick 3 random things? I know you.
I
You
think
probably
I'm
had
good with
some.
those.
I'm sure you are, but
What else do I think is
just give me something when I'm editing if I want to phase out me.
new Corvettes?
All right, yeah, you do have a hatred for.
Oh man, they're so ugly. So
Not a hatred, but you
makes
just a definite solid dislike.
It makes me so sad when Tyler thinks that they look good. I'm like, no, they look like. Here's the thing. I should like them because they look like. No, that's a reason not to like them because American automobiles. This isn't the 60s. No, the reason I should like them is because it looks like they were probably designed by kids that really liked Transformers growing up because they have the same weird angularity that Transformers cartoons had.
I can see that.
So I should like them, but it looks like they forced that idea. So they look so bad. I don't dislike them as bad as I like the Cybertruck.
Oh, God.
But the Cybertruck did something to me the other day that I can't talk about.
Run you over? Basically, you're pregnant.
Yes. No, it did something to me the other day, which made me feel both happiness and shame all in one perfect moment, in that he made this stupid fucking Cybertruck. And what it looks like is that he really liked the DeLorean and wanted to make something not entirely disrepresentative of that. The shape isn't that far off, except it's taller and weird looking. He uses the same silver, whatever metal look that the DeLorean had.
Rust bucket, yeah.
Like, it drove by and I was like, man, for a second I kind of liked it because it made me think of a DeLorean.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, first I realized there's a company that bought the DeLorean name and is making beautiful, beautiful electric cars.
I feel if you wanted to take that vibe of the DeLorean and make it into a truck, it could have been done so much better. But I see what you're saying.
I think that if you wanted to do anything and make it into the shape of a truck, it could have been done so much better.
Yeah, to me, it just
this is the first time where I'm going to say, was it? Ford nailed it. Their Lightning, it just looks like an F-150 except it's electric. Why did we? Why are so many companies that are making electric vehicles specifically deciding that they need to be some futuristic looking thing? Like,
and then it completely dates them.
Right. It's like if BMW simply made an electric 3 Series, they would sell that thing hand over fist. Like, there would be so many sales of that car.
Hand over cheeks.
Hand over cheeks. But they don't. Instead, they make these weird things with extra blue paint or lighting around it or whatever it is. And it's like, why are you trying so hard? Back it off. The thing that you're succeeding in is making it electric so it stops using fossil fuels. You don't have to worry about the other parts. Like, you're already making good looking cars. Yeah. Don't try to trump yourself on the good looking car when the sales part to this car is that it's electric, not that it looks better than your other cars.
My thought on the truck is, and then we'll let you get to your next one, but there's just, it looks like, if anybody's seen when they go to build or create like the lines of a vehicle, they start with like a block of something. It just looks like maybe he walked by the computer when they had the first initial like screen grab.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, go with that because that'll piss people off. Because Elon Musk is cheeks.
Yes, Elon is cheeks. I hate that he has, what's cheeks about him is that he has ideas that are really good, but the problem is then he implements them, and that's where everything goes wrong.
I don't know if he has ideas. I think he steals ideas, or he leans on other people's ideas and says, let's say this, and then I look like Iron Man. And then stupid people are like, he's so smart. And you're like, he's kind of a racist pig, but whatever. Eat tomato.
You're all buried in the same soil.
Yeah. So we got Corvettes as cheeks.
Wait, I'm not done with Elon. Because
is Elon your second cheek?
No. What was my second cheek?
Is that your left or your right?
Left.
Was it the truck?
Was it the Cybertruck? Or
I don't know if that was technically, you just kind of leaned into that after the Corvette. So Corvette can just be one. We can just start with that, and then you can go into 2 and 3.
All right. Well, then I am going to go Cybertruck. I don't want to keep it all the cars, though. There has to be something else that's cheeks.
And you did have the 3 or 9 that you did about me. So forget. Stop counting after like 8 or 9.
Yeah. That's a good point. What's that show that I hate?
I don't know. You like a lot of shows, actually.
The one about the doctors in Seattle. Grey's Anatomy.
Ugh. Can I get on board on this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Jump on.
There we go.
Bandwagon has got plenty of room for all.
This cheeks with capital cheek. With lowercase s.
It was funny because I used to hate on it before ever having watched any of it. And then I watched it and just proved myself right.
Yeah, we used to watch it. Well, I was forced to watch it for the first few seasons.
Candace really got into it for a little bit when she was starting to get into nursing school and stuff like that. Like, I totally understand why somebody would like it. I can't.
It's just painful in so many ways. It's the worst hospital ever. Mm-hmm. Everybody dies in the hospital.
Yeah.
they don't save anybody.
So. No, they don't save anybody.
Because they're too busy humping each other.
Right. Well, and then they end up dying too. So then they don't even have people to save people.
And then they hump their ghosts.
Right. Ghost humping.
That's where I got off the train, man. I was done after the ghost.
I would like to submit a new phrase for people. Instead of jumping the shark, we're going to call it humping the ghost. When you've humped the ghost, you've officially gone past your point of relevancy.
Or you've cheeked up the anatomy.
So dumb.
Cheeks anatomy. There we go.
So dumb. Yeah.
All right. Cool. I think we've implemented enough hate.
And Batman Forever.
Oh, you're just gonna slide that in at the end there.
Yeah. That was cheeks.
Yeah.
It was very colorful cheeks. Lots of color.
No,
going on.
Batman and Robin was Cheeks with Clooney.
Oh, so yeah.
Forever was
Kilmer, right?
Yeah, it was
I didn't
not
like that one.
Yeah, it wasn't great either. But Batman and Robin was awful.
Yeah,
and I
but
love
at least Clooney was on a better show about
and
hospitals.
I was rooting for Clooney. But then when he came out and like they have ice and they click their heels together and ice skates came out of their boots, I was like, we got to stop.
Sometimes you got to make a wish.
And he just suits up with his ice skating bat boots. It was too much like the old TV show where they just had like Batman shark repellent and stuff.
Which realistically is fine. Like if they had made a movie intentionally trying to be the old TV show, cool. Yeah. But they weren't trying to be that and ended up being that.
Yeah. There was just, to me, in Forever, there was just enough. There was enough camp in that was like, okay, if they don't go any farther, you're good. But
Slam.
And then who was the idiot? Chris O'Donnell played Robin. That guy. Thank God we don't have to deal with him anymore.
I think he is still alive.
Not for long. Say
Say
his name 2 more times.
That's not how this works.
But when we were growing up, you couldn't show cheeks.
Like booty.
Yeah. Like you couldn't have thongs and stuff like that on TV or any of that stuff. You had to go.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about what you could show or say or do on TV, yeah, it was a completely different world.
And now it's everywhere. You just go to it's like that's the new bathing suit for like even little girls on up is cheeks out. So we are living in a definite cheek world, I guess. I blame the Kardashians. Ruining little girls from the time they started.
We should do a new podcast called From Meek to Cheek, and it's a anthology of fashion changes from the late 70s to mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s?
Sure.
Why are we stopping in mid?
I don't want to get into now.
I think we've covered cheeks. Like the word.
You know what? I haven't done a Simpsons reference.
With cheeks?
Yeah.
Is this going to be cheeky or is it going to be cheeks?
I mean, it's a little of both.
All right. Finish us out.
There's an episode where I don't remember why somebody's in the hospital, but Bart is running through the hospital. Mm-hmm. Oh, it might be the episode where they explain Lisa or Maggie being born.
Okay.
Bart runs through and, oh no, he's in the hospital because he's in a gown. But he puts like
see his jeans.
But you can, right. So he puts like a Groucho Marx glasses and nose set on his backside. So it makes a face.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to one of the rooms and he's got it showing directly into the room. And he says, I'm Dr. Butt. I'm here to make my rounds, but I'm a little behind.
I just wish you could do his voice.
I wish that
would just be the best.
Yeah, I guess I wish I could do his voice. Man, it's so hard though.
Yeah.
Every time I hear it, I completely understand why a woman needs to do that voice. I can't. There are very few men that could hit that particular note.
Hey, a few good men sitting across the street or across the way from you right now.
You don't look anything like Tom Cruise.
What? You can't handle the tooth?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, tooth might be a little centered.
I got something to look forward to.
Dr. Butt, making my rounds, little behind. It's a golden joke.
That's a Conan joke if I've heard one.
Oh, it has to be a Conan written joke.
Yeah.
Has to be. I'd almost be disappointed if I found out it wasn't.
You'd be disappointed anyways.
So, fan of cheeks? Not a fan of cheeks.
Depends on the person's cheeks.
Fan of the term cheeks? Not a fan of the term cheeks.
Don't hate it. Don't love it. I feel if I try to
don't hate it, won't use it.
Feel like if I try to use it, I'll sound lame.
Yeah,
like an old guy trying to sound hip.
I'm open to bringing cheeky back.
Cheeky, I don't mind. I think we can pull off cheeky, but we got to sell that just right. Now, if I'm just talking like I'm gonna smack you on your cheeks, I'm good. I think we've covered cheeks.
You've covered cheeks plenty of times. Hey-oh.
So we're gonna play the thong song and get our asses out of here.
There's no way that Cisco would sue us if we played the thong song, right? Well, maybe he hasn't done anything in a while. Maybe he's hurting for money.
I was just gonna sing it with the list, but thong, 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 thong. That ought to get us some.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll do wonders.
I actually got to wipe my mouth off after that.
Gross.
All right. Thong it is. Oh, I know it's cheeks. Cheeks it is.
Got a thong about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes.
All right, so I'm Cheeky Dan.
And I am Matt the Cheek. That would be like my hitman name, I guess. I don't know.
Hitman, does that got something to do with spanking?
No, it has to do with a bald video game character.
No, right. And this cheeky episode has been brought to you by Hangout.
It's been brought to you by the letter C. Brought to you by Hangout with your slang out.
In the letter C.
And the letter C. And the letter C.
And the letter C. Perfect.
Now for our special guest, John Denver. Ah! What are you, the Santa Claus of tickets?
Oh, did you even notice?
No.
Jaden put together
Optimus?
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Good kid.
Well, he probably did it because he knew you couldn't figure it out.
A little bit. He wanted to do it, but he was also
Just,
like,
for those of you at home, since we don't currently do video, just so you're aware, we're talking about a Lego kit that makes Optimus Prime. So
no, Optimus Prime makes the Lego kit. You need to phrase that right.
I mean, if he made the Lego kit, then Jaden wouldn't have had to do anything.
He didn't.
You know, that would have been hilarious. Like you open the box and it just, and then all of a sudden you have Optimus Prime. It's like, whoa.
Who said that didn't happen? Can you prove it?
Everybody?